Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D Seaborn. So, that morning, everyone wakes up, goes down to the seaside, and what do you find down there? But two mermen
Oh shit!
sitting up on their back tails, facing towards you guys. One of them has a long spear with a big hooked point at the end of it. The other one has another trident.
Okay, and we four are the ones that walked up to them?
You four and the other townspeople too are down at the area. The townspeople are all hiding behind buildings and under boxes, like peering around corners, looking at them from afar, wondering what's going to happen. The mermen haven't said anything yet, and they've got fishtails, so they can't stand, but they've like looped their tail like almost like a snake would coil, and they're sitting upright, weapons in hand, looking very
By the way,
very
no,
intimidating.
I wanted the comprehend languages today. I know it seems a bit late, but that was my
That's
plan.
fine. I knew that's what you were getting last night.
Yeah, I told you, right?
Well, you also said you wanted taunt, so...
Yeah. Well, I said that, but after I knew what happened with the first night. And at first I said comprehend languages, so...
Cool.
I walk up to them and I just kind of...
I wanted taunt. I had a plan. Yeah.
I walk up to them and just kind of like study them. I don't.
How close? When you say you walk up to them, how close do you get?
Well, I think Bruno was walking up to them as well, so I walk up.
Right, I was walking up to roughly 100 feet.
Okay.
That's pretty far, right?
Parlay distance.
Yes.
Well, sure, you get to within 100 feet of them.
With no weapons drawn or anything, and I'm just going to kind of wave and say, "Hello, we apologize for not heeding your warning earlier, but we just wanted to talk in common."
The mermen glance at each other and back at you and go, "Wukaku."
Neil, can I cast from far away? So before I go see them, I'm gonna cast comprehend languages, and then I will slowly approach them.
Comprehend languages. It lasts 5 minutes per level. And
so I get 5 minutes.
The range is touch.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need to touch them.
Yeah, so you can't cast it from beforehand. You'll have to cast it when you touch them.
Oh. There's no way that's gonna work out. This is shitty. We would need to straight up capture them. So I guess I won't cast it in advance. It's kind of useless. For now.
You can solve this. What do you guys do?
It's all about common.
Nook walk look.
It is very obvious that they do not speak common.
Yep. I'll take a bow on my back and I'll just kind of lay it down on the ground.
Okay. As you pick up your bow, their weapons rise a little bit, and then as you set it down, their weapons lower with it.
And I start walking up to, say, 50 feet, kind of slowly.
Okay. Maribel, do you go with him?
Yeah, I stay by his side.
Anyone else?
And I walk in like
your weapon too.
Yeah, I walk in the stance of like, we mean you no harm. When he tells me to put down my weapon, I put down my longsword. But I keep my halberd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards them as well. And I try to extend a hand to them.
Algrind?
Yeah, I'll follow as well. Okay. Same thing, put down my weapons.
Alright, you guys get to within 50 yards. Right?
Feet.
50 feet. We're pretty close now.
I didn't put down my weapons.
The mermen are still hanging out there, looking very intently at you. One of them keeps looking around, all about them. And they try to communicate with you some more, it seems, but none of you understand the language they speak.
I try to signal to them that I don't understand by going like... It's my best interpretation. I don't understand what you're saying. And then I would actually pull out my spell book. I'm gonna take the leap of faith of showing that I'm a spellcaster here, and say me, and then I do the sign of like touch you to get each other.
They speak very quickly in their strange language for a few moments. And then the one with the nasty barbed harpoon-like spear nods slowly.
So I'm gonna approach them and just extend the hand, ready to cast comprehend languages if they seem
Okay.
down.
He reaches out a hand and touches yours. Now, I should mention these mermen have like bluish green scales from the waist down. From the waist up, they are completely unclothed, other
Oh,
than some what do you call it? What is the thing that goes around your forearm? A bracer. They have each one of them has a bronze bracer on.
What is their hotness, Neil?
If you want to objectify the fishmen, this can be done so. And they
Yeah.
are decently attractive. They are, one of them is a 12 hotness, and one of them is a 9 hotness. So, better than you would expect for a fish man.
Good to know.
Oh.
I'm not objectifying. It's just a game mechanic.
Jen, are you casting comprehend languages on this?
I try to give them a warning sign, like I will begin to cast. Like I'm kind of doing the big gestures of future spell
Okay.
casting, and then I'm like doing a nod, like you okay?
They don't seem to stop you, but you're going to have to go
Okay.
all the way up to them. That means the rest of the party is 50 feet back from you, and you're adjacent to these two mermen. One of them, with the trident, has his weapon at the ready. Like he's not in a I'm about to stab you position, but he clearly
Yeah.
has his weapon in both hands, ready to do
Alright,
something if something
then
goes
I
wrong.
approach them super slowly, and I pull out my hand, and I kind of ask for theirs.
Okay. The one with the barbed spear reaches out and touches your hand.
And then I cast comprehend languages.
Okay, the spell goes off. He is a
I'm
willing
so
recipient.
excited!
Okay. As the spell finishes up, or while during the casting, the two of them are murmuring to one another in a language you don't get. But as soon as the spell finishes, the guy holding this barbed spear says, "I don't know if this is just a ploy or something else. We should. I don't know. Looks like she's finishing up now. Or he's going to finish up now. What should we do?" The other guy jabbers back incomprehensibly.
And then I say that I understand. I'm like, yes, finish.
I do not think it
Tell
allows
me.
you to speak their language, just
No,
understand.
exactly. I'm just trying to make
Miming
them
it.
understand that I understand them, and I'm gonna try to sign back to them every time they say something. I'm like, the sign of finish. People get that. I'm like, yes, finished. I'm pretty sure it'd like sign.
Okay,
sign-
no, he passes it in check. He understands what you're trying to say, and he
Yeah.
withdraws his hand slowly and says, "Strange elf, you can understand me?
Yeah. Then I'm like, yeah.
Interesting. Who are you people, and where are we?"
Then I reply in common, I don't speak your language, and I'm like, me understand, but no talk. But I'm gonna try to say, what do you want? And I kind of point to the ducks, like, what's wrong?
You can understand me, but you can't speak. Well, this is frustrating. We don't know where we are. A few weeks back, there was a terrible storm on the surface, and the currents shifted, and all of a sudden we were in this strange area. We've made home in this little shallow spot, and then recently humans, or I guess elves and dwarves and strange cows, started driving wooden things into our home.
And then I kind of instantly I point to the duck, and I kind of point if we built it that way, Like I'm doing the.
Build it over there. Wait, does he get the... Yeah. Well, wait. More importantly, where are we? We are somewhere that is not home. We are nowhere
Can
near
I-
our homes.
Yeah, Neil, I take out my kind of broken down map that I took from the ship.
Ah, the maps and charts that you collected.
I hand it to him. Bam!
Okay. You hand it to them, and they're looking over the maps, turning their heads this way and that. And he looks to you and says, "What? Where are we on this map?"
I point where we are.
Looks to the other person and says, "This is nowhere near home. I don't even recognize this map at all. We must have traveled a very great distance indeed." He looks back to you and says, we we are curious about a great many things, but it is difficult to communicate with you. Pantomiming is..."
Yeah, I try to make a sign. Let's try. That kind of points to him, to me, and I say, "Learn." Can I try to repeat a word he says, even though is it
Yeah.
even possible?
Well, I mean, because you understand the words that he's saying, even though he is still speaking his other language, so you can try and mimic words.
Yeah, I tried to mimic a few words and tried to be like, huh?
Give me a charisma check.
Ah, shit. Bruno! Oh, I got 10 charisma. Come on, life. Oh!
Oh my.
Aha! The one time. It's tempting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Merman.
Are you trying to speak my language?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
Ah! I point to the spell book and I'm like, I hand him over the map and I try to do a sign like, and then waking up and tomorrow. I kind of
sound like Murlocs.
I kind of put my hand on the map and I'm like, keep it, you keep it, see you.
During this kind of conversation, there are villagers around. I kind of ask, do we have any food that we think that the merman would like?
Well, we're already short on food for ourselves. You sure you want to be giving away our supplies to these strange fishmen?
It's an act of goodwill. It's important
No,
since they are now our neighbors.
You are the
Or-
sheriff, but you might make people mighty mad giving away our limited
No,
resources.
just a little bit. A little snack. That's all.
Oh,
One meal.
I guess I could go make up a sandwich.
That would
Merman
be
eat
perfect.
sandwiches?
I'm sure it would be.
All right. He comes back later with a ham sandwich.
Okay. Kind of walk there slowly. When Albert looks like he's finishing his conversation, I kind of just put the sandwich on the floor. It's like, yes.
You put the sandwich on the sand? Sandy beach?
I put a little bit of a cover underneath, and then yeah.
Okay.
I kind of giggle a little bit.
I think they figure out that you're trying to offer them a sandwich, and one of them picks it up and sniffs at it, nibbles at it, hands it to the other guy who nibbles at it too. See if they enjoy the sandwich or not. The second guy doesn't want anything to do with it, but the first one will eat the sandwich, whether out of politeness or enjoyment. You're not sure.
Nice.
Right.
Before
Now
they
I'll
leave,
even pull out the bongos and I'll be playing a happy tune for them.
Aw.
Let this be our. I tell them, even though I don't understand, this is a great time for our two peoples to meet.
Cool. The drums keep playing.
Before they leave, I point to the ducks and I'm like, where? I'm trying to get them to point somewhere.
Hmm.
I even look at the map. I'm like, tomorrow. I point there. I point there. I'm like, eh.
I believe he is trying to sign tomorrow.
All right, let's see tomorrow. Let's go back. I'm like waving. Go back
Okay.
to the villagers.
They slip into the water and disappear very quickly.
So I guess today will not be a duck building day after all. I go back to the village and I tell them what I learned about the merman. I'm like,
Okay.
so they're not dangerous, but we were building on their new, I guess, house. So we're gonna need to build it a little bit further, probably.
Well, that's ridiculous. Our dock's always been here. We were here first. This is our home. These creatures can't just move in and tell us we can't build our docks and our homes.
I don't know if they're gonna stay here. Maybe I can talk to them tomorrow and see. If they are, though, they might be great allies. Imagine having the power of allies such as mermen.
If we can help them find their previous home, perhaps they would be amenable to vacating ours.
That's another option.
Since we have all day, perhaps we should complete one of the other requests that Mayor Donald Trumpet has made of us during this day.
Yeah, we just need to make sure we're back tomorrow for the next talk.
What would you guys like to do?
Should we go explore the caves?
I think getting supplies makes sense. The mine thing.
Do you think it's gonna take more than a day to go there?
How far away is it?
The mine is like 6 miles away, I believe. It goes... No, it's only like 3 miles away.
Oh yeah, well, that's nice and close. You
Yeah.
can do that in a day.
Alright.
As I have heard you humans say, easy peasy.
Let's
And
go.
then I start walking toward the mine.
I kind of nod approvingly and I add lemon squeezy.
I kind of furrow my brow and go, And I like file that away for future use.
So the mine that Mayor Donald the Trumpet has asked you to inspect was a mine that actually was semi-successful. They had found the copper ore that they were looking for here, but the mine was abandoned due to kobold attacks. Now, this was a few generations back, and there's no telling whether the kobolds still live there, if they ever lived there, if they just attacked the people. No one really knows what's happened to this place, and no one's been there in a couple of generations.
Thinking
So
kobolds.
you should go and explore to see if there are any kobolds left. And if there are, you should try to get rid of as many as possible and to gather as many supplies as possible. And really, just to also see if this is a kobold stronghold, because it's only 3 miles from town, and if they have a stronghold 3 miles from town, that's pretty dangerous. So those are your objectives.
It is not for no reason that they call me Maribel Tyre Kobold Bane. I do not fear these little dog men.
I didn't know they called you that.
They
Okay.
might.
I shall sing praises of that name, so all shall hear.
I nod approvingly. My tail kind of wags a little bit, flickers.
As you approach the mine, you get to the mine with no problems. You don't run into anything along the way that's annoying. It takes you about an hour to get there. I know it's only 3 miles, but the dwarf is a little bit slow these days. The short legs.
Sorry.
But after an hour and a half of hiking through the hills, you arrive at the mine. As you're getting to the front of this mine, you notice if we look at the map, you've got 2 mountains. You've got Mount Valusuvius, and you have Mount Gull. You're going to the base of Mount Gull on the south side, to where the mine is supposed to be. And as you're approaching the mine entrance, you see a little bit of smoke rising from the north side of Mount Gull.
Looks like there might be someone there. We should check it out very stealthily.
It is on the other side of the mountain.
Oh.
It would
Like
be
how-
like
how
a
far
6-mile journey to walk around. It would take you like 3 hours to get there.
There
Feet
might be
walk.
someone there, but it's too far away. Let's just go in here.
My leg is bothering me. Rather not walk any further. So I
we
agree
could
with that.
climb to the top and see from there.
Yeah, or you could try and climb the mountain.
I'm a
Whatever
very
you guys
good
would like to do.
climber.
I
Let
yawn.
me
and
see what's in here first. We're at a cave, is that right?
Yes, you're at the entrance to the mine. Outside the mine is a hillside laden with broken rocks dragged out of the mine and dumped here. Can I get intelligence checks from the whole party? In the meantime, if you look around the main entrance chamber, there are clear signs of kobold habitation, although not super recent signs. There's actually no clear sign of recent habitation, although you might see some, it doesn't look like kobolds are living here, but things have been, there's like dust everywhere, but then there'll be some like small areas where the dust has been moved. Something is here, but it doesn't look like kobolds live here. Your intelligence checks are... Ooh. Fantastic. A couple of passes here. Albert and Bruno, you guys quickly deduce that the mine has been excavated more recently than the humans did. They dug it out a couple generations back, but a lot of these broken rocks that have been dumped out of the mine and just down the hillside look more recently cut. If they were the rocks from the humans 2 generations back, they would kind of be covered in moss or lichen or something at this point. There's a top layer of rocks that are much fresher. And as I said before, when you actually get to the main chamber of the mine, there doesn't look like anything is living here, but it looks like things have been through here.
Have kobolds been known to excavate?
Yeah, they are tunneling creatures. You're not sure where they live, but rumors are that they live underground. They're small dog-like creatures. The main chamber has 2 shafts leading out from it. We can call them left shaft and right shaft, or shaft A and shaft B, or however you would like to designate them.
We should proceed to the right, and I start walking down it.
Good choice. Today, my lucky direction is right, and I follow her.
It is dark in here.
Pop, pop, pop down.
If you do not have
Oh.
infravision, actually, even if you do have infravision, you will need some form of light. You
I
can
have
probably
a
go.
torch and flint and steel, so I light it.
Cool. Your torch will burn for 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yes.
What kind of lame torch is that?
It's a real torch. I mean, it's just cloth dipped in oil.
In the movies, they burn way longer than that.
Yeah, but in the movies, the knight that's been trapped in the cave for 700 years speaks perfect English. I just watched Last Crusade last night. It was really good, but super cheesy.
Okay, I've got a few.
All right. The mine shaft goes deep into the mountain. It takes a sharp turn around 200 feet in. And the sharp turn goes further to the right and completely dead ends. However, at this dead end is a large pile of rocks and this gruesome face painted on the wall above it. Above the
Is it same
pile...
as last time?
I mean, it's not identical, but it looks like it's the same sort of face. You know, that scary, big scary face. The rocks are piled up, maybe about a foot tall. The painting is about 3 to 5 feet up, and in between them is a smallish alcove that looks like it's been carved out with the charred remains of some small animal. Actually, you can all tell. It looks like a bird has been cooked here in this little alcove that's been chipped out from the wall.
Cooked and like eaten, like it's a.
No, the bones are there. So it looks like someone burned a bird in this alcove. And you can see the black charred remains of the smoke from wherever this fire once was, pushing up over the image, over the scary face, and then you can see where the scary face has been painted back over the ash. So you've got like face image, and then ash over it, and then the face over that again.
I look at it and I ask the party, could this be some form of ritual sacrifice?
I nod knowingly. That looks exactly what it is. I kind of look. Does it look like the meat was eaten or just purely burned?
Well, it's not there. It's hard to tell. The bone structure seems to be fairly intact, but that doesn't mean it wasn't eaten first.
Do I recognize anything about the face, or like have I ever seen anything like this before in like the world at large?
A burned animal, or what do you
This
mean?
face,
Oh,
maybe I'm understanding it correctly because it's like this big face painted, and then there's like a little
Mhm.
alcove, and then it was burned underneath it. So that's what makes me think it's a ritual sacrifice kind of thing. But have I seen anything like that, or would that be just a wild guess?
It sounds like an educated guess to me.
Okay. So I just have some sort of general sense that there's a few religions out there that might do something like this.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem unreasonable for people to make sacrifices. Seems
Okay.
pretty
I
standard.
sniff it like a cow.
There's really no smell left.
This
Must
does
have
not
been-
smell like anything.
Well then, looks like left will be our more lucky passage this time.
Wait. Let's inspect the area a little bit. I kind of grab I probably have a stick or something like that. There is anywhere I can grab?
I have a quarterstaff you can borrow.
Yeah, I guess I can just use mine. Do I have one? No, I don't. Okay,
Would you like to see if the bird is magic?
No. I borrowed a quarterstaff and I kind of poke to see if there's anything hollow or anything that's moving on the surface of the wall or on the ground or even on the ceiling.
No, it all looks more or less the same. Just kind of an old abandoned mine.
Alright. I did my best. Let's move on.
Okay. You head back to the main entrance and take the left shaft. This shaft continues forward for a few hundred feet, but slowly becomes more and more littered with broken rocks. After about 300 feet of traveling down this shaft, Maribel's horns start scraping through spider webs near the surface or near the top of the shaft.
I kind of like shake my head like flick it off.
Okay. You get
Once
Yes?
that happens and I notice, I kind of pause for a moment. It's well known here that the spiders are very dangerous, and that if they bite you, then the poison will quickly take its toll. We should be careful.
How do we protect ourselves from these spiders?
We should shoot them with bows.
They are large enough to be shot with bows.
Well, I am a pretty good shot.
We can take that torch and
I
we can
nod
put
like
it on
impressed.
fire.
Okay.
I feel like fire is a way to,
Spider webs burn.
Yeah.
You should try it.
I think everything burns.
I try torching a spider
Oh
web.
no, you're gonna burn the whole thing.
My
The spider
hair
web
or my
sizzles
horn.
away.
It's kind of like plastic where it melts away, but the rest stays. It doesn't like catch on fire.
The webs above your head don't catch and spread. They sizzle more like hair, where it will burn and kind of like burn on itself and keep burning a little bit, but it doesn't like consume
Gotcha.
everything.
Okay.
Well, we should. Let's see. Does it look like the tunnel proceeds for a while still?
Yes.
Well, let's take it slowly and just keep dismantling webs as we go along.
Okay.
I wish we had a kobold to like poke.
Poke forward.
Yeah. Be like, hey, explore for us, kobolds.
Another.
We should really go get a kobold.
You guys spend some more time walking, and after another 100 feet in, there is a large spider web blocking the path completely. And by large, I mean it covers this entire like 8-foot tall, 7-foot tall mine shaft. I guess Maribel, you're having to hunch over a little bit. In fact, the quarters in here are cramped enough that you would get a penalty to hit with your halberd because there's not much room to swing it.
Then I leave my halberd on my back, but I draw my longsword.
Okay.
I have some good news, Maribel. I'll be able to hit the spider. Ho 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 ho.
I was distracted by these spider webs. What?
I have some good news. I'll be able to hit the spider.
Oh, this is good news indeed. I look kind of confused, like how he knew that good news, but I don't ask.
Okay. This spider web is massive. It covers the entire shaft before you and is fairly thick, much thicker than the normal spider webs that you've seen before. It looks quite sturdy.
Does the image that we saw, the drawing, could look like a big spider's face?
Maybe. It's definitely a scary face, and you've seen some whiskers on them in the last picture. Maybe that was fur and not whiskers? You're not sure, but it's possible.
Is there anything that we could use to lure the spider out? Maybe.
Perhaps a large fly.
That's actually kind of smart. I wish we did have a large fly. I feel like we need a kobold sacrifice here, to be honest.
Can we catch a kobold?
I think we should.
Because I mean, I have rope. We can use to tie up the kobold, and I have rope use as a proficiency.
I make a show of looking around like this. I don't see any kobolds.
We could go get some. There's probably some lighting the fire over there.
But we have to make it back to town to talk with the mermen, so I don't think we have the time to go there.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm wary of this giant spider since I don't have spells for the day. So I can't really be of use for if we do encounter this giant spider.
But if we found an animal or something, we can just force into this web.
Still kind of risky to try and bait out the big spider, I think.
Yeah, we definitely need something, and we shouldn't be the ones going into this.
For what reason do we not simply shoot the spider?
I like that reasoning. Let's burn this web.
We might anger the spider. I start moving back. Do whatever you want.
I chuck the torch at it.
Okay. The torch hits the web, and the entire web blazes up. Not like the little spider webs. This thing goes in a gulf of flame very quickly. And the light is gone a moment later, and the torch lies on the ground out.
Oops.
It is now pitch black. Those of you with
quick-
infravision can see like 10 feet around you.
Yeah, I quickly pull out another torch and
Okay.
hand it over to Maribel.
I light it.
Well, as you are doing this whole fumbling of here's the flint and steel, here, let me hold the torch for you. No, you hold the torch, I'll do the flint and steel. As this thing is going, can I get perception checks from Algrund and Albert only,
I already
please?
moved back, by the way. I said it.
And I have infravision.
You do?
So I will see.
I got 16.
Because I'm a minotaur,
Minotaurs have infravision?
right?
I don't think so.
I have been told that I do.
Who told you this?
The internet.
The internet might have lied to you.
I'm pretty sure I have it. I'm
The
pretty sure
internet
you told me I
never
have.
lies. What are you talking
Let me
about?
double
Everything on
check.
the internet is true, Neil.
Well, never mind. I'm not going to make that joke. DLMNOZ. Oh, you do have infravision. You're right. You have 60.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're a half minotaur. You have 30 feet of infravision. Cool.
So I can see just
Give me a perception check for yourself. So I guess that's just Bruno who doesn't make a perception check.
Oh. But don't I just see like normal within 30 feet?
If there's at least some form of light. It's not like
The
heat
embers
vision.
from the blazing flame of the spider web?
Yeah, that's why you have like 10 feet of light. You have like really good night vision, but in pitch black, it still doesn't help. You know, like if you put a cat in a box with absolutely no light whatsoever, they can't see. You need at least some photons hitting your eyes. You just have extraordinarily good night vision.
If you say so, Neil.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Algrund. While
Yeah.
these fools are trying to get this torch lit and Dark Albert has backed up warily, you see slowly approaching the party as they're trying to get their fire started. These giant hairy legs reaching out from the
Oh,
darkness,
no.
one after the
back
other.
up,
Oh no.
Um,
Guys.
back up.
it's coming closer.
Guys.
We hear them and we back up,
I
Back
start
up.
backing up. I run. I don't care.
but we're still trying to light the torch.
Guys, get that thing lit and then run.
Because you can't light the torch and back up simultaneously, so you
Yeah.
can.
Fine, we
Forget about
back
the
up. We
torch.
back up
You guys pull back. How far do you want to pull back?
Until there's light.
Yeah.
All right, so you back all the way to the entrance of the cave.
Well, no, not that far. Like
Just
say
so
100
we
feet,
like
and then we get the
following.
torch lit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. You get back to about 100 feet, get the torch relit, or a new torch lit, and now you're in the mine with a light
And a giant spider.
Looks
somewhere.
like we have a spider to kill.
It's
I-
poisonous.
I nod and then start walking back again toward the spider.
Are we sure we should be fighting the spider? Is that really what you guys want to do?
Think of all the supplies that could be back here.
Think of all the death that could be back here.
It won't kill us if there's arrows through it.
As long as you're sure.
I know. I'm staying back.
Uh,
I take out my. bow
How-
and arrow.
so you're saying this tunnel is like 7 feet long?
7
I mean-
feet tall. Yeah.
Okay. And is it like also similar?
Yeah, it's
this one?
it's maybe not quite 7 feet wide, maybe like 6 feet wide, a little taller than wider.
I'd like to make an educated guess based on the leg, whether or not it can come in here.
Well, it was in the. What do you mean?
Like, can it fit in here?
In the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where it was spotted.
Oh,
Was-
it didn't just open up to something.
No. It was a normal tunnel size.
Okay.
I'm still charging back toward it,
Okay.
and I have a spear out. But I'm gonna get close to where it was before, and I have a light and my infravision, so I should be able to see pretty well. And as soon as I see an inkling of it, I throw my spear at it.
Okay. So Maribel's taking the front. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'll
Yeah,
do
I
an
follow
arrow.
behind with my bow drawn.
Okay.
I'm going to cautiously draw my quarterstaff and make sure to keep behind Bruno.
Okay.
I'm staying behind as well. I have 2 HP. I'm not doing anything.
Did you say I can throw my or wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, can I throw my battle axe?
It's
Or-
not meant to be thrown, so you can do it, but you're going to get a penalty to hit with it. It's
Okay.
not really a good throwing weapon.
Okay.
All right. Do. So you get back to roughly that same area, like 300 feet in. You find the burned out torch sitting on the ground, but there's no sign of the spider.
Is it a straight tunnel? We can see straight ahead for a bit.
Yes.
Can I relight the other torch?
Yes.
I relight it and I hand the other one to Bruno.
I hand it back to Jess. To
Thank you.
Algrind, rather. All right. How good is your throwing arm, Maribel?
It is quite ferocious.
Excellent. I hand her a lizard. Throw it.
Oh.
I look at him questioningly, but throw it as hard as I can. in the
Wait, what did
direction
you hand her?
A
lizard.
lizard.
Oh, you have a dead lizard, don't you?
Yeah.
That's exactly
Ooh,
right.
that's really smart.
Okay.
A large fly.
The lizard flies deep into the inside of the cave. All you can hear is the dripping sound of water from the ceiling.
And now we wait, I say.
We can't wait. We need to do something.
We can wait a few minutes. That's all the stories I get from hunters are that good things come to those who wait, and traps bait out.
You know which kind of trap we could do? We could gather a bunch of oil, throw it onto the spider, and then light it on fire.
You have oil.
Just a small amount, unfortunately.
Enough to cover a large spider.
No. But I could.
Is then flawed.
That's not a bad idea though. If we had oil, we could just cover where that lizard is.
As you guys are discussing this, you see creeping out just at for those of you with infravision, you can see it just beyond the edge of the light where the lizard lies. You see these large legs reaching out slowly and very quietly.
I
in fact,
throw
you can't
my
even hear
spear
them.
at where I assume the
Sure.
neck of the spider would be.
Okay. Give me a roll to hit. It is in darkness, so you're going to get a penalty of 2 because it's so hard to see. But you can still make your attack roll.
But I saw its legs, so I know where it is.
Yeah, you know where it is, but there are penalties for fighting in darkness. You can't, you
Don't
know
I
where the
have
legs are, but you
fighting?
can't see
Because
the
of my
entire
infravision?
thing. But you can't see the whole thing from it's more than 30 feet out. You can just kind of see the rough side of it. If it was pitch black, you'd have penalty of 4. But since you can kind of see it, the penalty is only 2.
Okay.
16 is a hit. Your
Oh,
spear.
was it? I didn't type in the -2 though.
14 is, I believe, still a hit. Let me double check. "14 is indeed a hit. Give me a damage roll."
Damage. It's a large creature,
It is medium-sized.
so the smaller of the 2 damages.
Yes.
4.
4 damage. Okay, everyone roll me initiative. The spider is pissed.
I kind of moo triumphantly.
Can you give me a triumphant moo, please?
Ah!
Can I hear it again?
Oh, good shot.
It's weird, right? Because she's not actually cow in vocal cords.
Mhm.
She just has cow impulses. So they sound like really bad human imitations of mooing.
That's fantastic.
It's more like "Mah!"
I'm so fast. Every day. Every episode. They call me Fast Albert.
That's not always a good thing, Albert. Give me a D10 plus your weapon speed, everybody.
I pull out my longsword now.
Okay.
Fast Al.
Fast Al.
Okay. The spider goes first. It scuttles straight towards Maribel, who is still in the front.
I invite it.
And it pounces towards you, big nasty spider fangs in front of you. What is your armor class, Maribel?
It is 15.
Okay.
Wait. Oh yeah, 15.
Okay. It hisses at you, its legs bracing itself against the wall as the body of the spider lunges forward for a snap at you. But you manage to dodge out of the way as the torso comes back from its attack. Albert.
Ha!
Yeah.
You're the third in row in the party. You're not at the very end, but you're pretty far back. Maribel is this giant 7-foot minotaur that is totally blocking your view of the spider. You think you can get a shot off at the spider, but it's going to be at a penalty of 3 to hit, and if you miss, you risk hitting Maribel.
I think I'm doing it.
All right, give me a roll to hit.
Remember, guys, that I have no cure light wounds today.
So it's at the penalty of 3?
Yeah, you
what did you
miss.
But you mean by miss it was a 1, right?
No,
Or-
No,
Oh,
make a roll to
really?
hit. Make a roll to hit against Maribel, with
Oh,
+2
damn,
for
I
back
didn't
attack.
understand. I thought it was for like ones and stuff.
No.
If I had understood, I would not have shot, honestly.
It's okay.
Sure.
No, I mean, it's so unlikely that I actually hit that I would not have tried. In my
Go
head, it
ahead.
was like 1 is a hit, but whatever.
Whatever, Jen. You might die.
Roll
It
to hit
fits
against
you
Maribel
so
with
much.
+2. Back attack. Oh my god!
I'm gonna kill her.
You don't double crit, but you do single crit Maribel.
Oh.
Nice.
Thankfully, you're not using your thief backstab abilities, otherwise that would have been a lot extra damage. Give me 2d6 for the damage against Maribel. Maribel, make me a saving throw versus death, as an arrow strikes you in the
Oh
back.
my god.
Oh my gosh.
ouch.
This is so stupid.
What is my? How do I roll saving throw versus?
It's a d20, and you want to roll equal to or higher than your paralyzation, poison, or death magic save, which should be on the left side of your character sheet, adjacent to your HP.
Oh,
2 is not a pass, though. Definitely not a pass.
Nope.
Jen, give me a d10 and a 2d4 for location and severity as you...
love this, don't you?
Oh my gosh. This is why they call you Dark Church.
3 severity is, I think, nothing of note.
Okay.
Piercing versus humanoids in...
How much
You
HP do you have?
shoot her in the left leg for no unusual effects.
So I took 11 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 2.
Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna back off.
So what happens is I get hit in the thigh and I'm already enraged. I'm like bloodlust battle mode, right? So I get hit in the thigh and I like turn away from the spider and I scream and like charge toward Albert. And I'm like almost at the point of like running Albert through with the sword, but then I kind of like recognize who he is, but I'm still super pissed off. And I just yell, "Retreat!" And then I run.
I'm gonna use my other half action to retreat.
Okay. Next person is
Albert looked scared.
Bruno. Bruno, the way before you is clear. The big hulking minotaur has pushed past you and is leaving the tunnel.
Stalking away
Okay.
angrily.
I can take a shot at it and then back off, yes?
Yes.
That's what I'll do. Alright, and then I back off after I miss when a minotaur pushes me aside.
Oh, God. Leaving Algrund, strong axe.
Run
Shit.
out, Chris.
I don't even know if I want to try swinging at this spider, if I just want to back off.
It's your
Back
call to
up,
make.
Albert.
I'm
Back
just
up.
gonna back off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys retreat from the cave. As you wait, what's the spider's movement? Can it catch up to you?
Oh my gosh.
Can it chase you down? It might.
No.
Yes. Yes, you can. It can. So you guys are all leaving the cave. Algrund, the poor short-legged dwarf, is caught in the back.
Oh
And the spider moves surprisingly
God.
quietly. Algrund, all of a sudden, you
Oh
feel
my God.
more than hear. Just like this fur brush the side of your neck. What is your armor class?
It is. I can't find it on my character sheet.
Should be bottom right corner, just above experience and encumbrance. It's like next to your
10.
HP. You
10.
you have no armor at all.
Oh man.
Okay. The
Spiders
spider.
aren't that strong, right?
Their bite is not that dangerous. However, spiders are poisonous.
Oh no!
Its teeth sink into you for 1 point of damage,
Cool.
and you need to make me a poison save. However, you are a dwarf, and dwarves get a bonus to their poison save for their con. So, what is your constitution?
13.
Okay, let's figure out what your bonus to your poison save is. I think it's for every 3.5 points of con. You get a +1 to your poison save. Yeah. 13. So you have a +3 to your poison save? Yeah. So give me a d20 +3, and you want to roll equal to your paralyzation, poison, or death magic, or higher.
Yes.
Whew, success. The
So I'm not
poison
poisoned?
will not affect you. You managed to resist the effects of the poison, but the spider did bite you, like right at the base of the neck.
Oh gosh.
What do you want to do, Algrund? You can you can hear your friends disappearing down the tunnel in front of you.
Does the spider like bite me and grab on, or
It
just
like
kind of
bites, and you manage to rip out of its
Okay.
grip.
It's much faster than I am, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to run. It's going to keep catching me and biting me. Are my friends, is the party far away enough by now that if I shout, they're not even, are they going to come back? They're not going to come back. 'Cause
I'll clarify. I'm kind of
They'll
doing a
come
shooting
back.
retreat. Like, as
Okay.
I'm going backwards. Of course, I wouldn't leave someone behind.
Okay, well, I'm shouting at my
Convenient that
friends,
this comes
hey,
up
I'm
now.
attacked. And I'm also going to just grab my battle axe, and I guess I'm going to attempt to take a swing
Okay.
right at its face.
Give me a roll to hit. No. You swing, and it misses, clattering off the walls. You guys can hear. You hear Algrund. What did you say to the party as you got
What did
bit?
I-
What did you say to us?
I said, I think I shouted some expletives, you know, and then
I sigh and roll my eyes and then go back.
I injured dwarf. I can't run fast.
Okay. Everyone, roll me initiative.
Ice cream, scare it away with fire. I bet it doesn't like it.
Algrund does have a torch in hand.
Oh right, I forgot about my torch. What's the weapon suit in my torch? If I try
3.
to like, okay.
Burn it with fire. Burn it.
Ooh, nice.
Wow, you go way first, Algrund.
Okay. I take the torch and I plunge it right into one of the spider's many eyes, or their
Give me-
eyes are clustered.
Give me a roll to hit.
Fuck me.
You miss, but the spider rears back from the flame and kind of like retreats. It starts to walk its way backwards, hissing at you the entire time.
Nice.
How you like them apples? That's what I yell.
This back at it. Show it who's back.
Maribel, you come charging down the tunnel, or maybe not charging, but you come down the tunnel after your friend who called out for you, and you come to the sight of the dwarf warding the spider off with a torch in one hand and a battle axe in the other hand.
Retreat.
I again roll my eyes, gather up Algrind, and usher them all to a retreat.
Thank goodness for you, Maribel. And for fire. Mostly fire.
So Neil, we all just retreat, right?
Yeah, you guys can all retreat if you'd like.
All right. I say we
I very
go back.
much would like that.
I take a shot at its retreating form, and then I retreat.
Oh,
Give me a roll to hit.
Piss it off again.
I
And it comes
17 is a hit. Give me a damage roll.
back. Was it back attack?
Nope.
There would be a bonus for back attack, no?
2. The spider quivers and kind of drops from its clinging onto the whole wall just to the ground, giving it like a really low profile and scuttles away into the darkness.
I'm like huffing and puffing and stomping out and kind of like dragging Algren behind me.
Don't need to carry me. Jeez, crazy horse lady.
I ignore completely.
I'm able to walk. Can't do it very fast.
I'm just ushering everyone to the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys pull all the way back to the mouth of the cave.
As soon as I get there, I drop Algren's hand or whatever I was holding onto and kind of like dragging him behind me. And I go huffing and puffing off into like the tree line and like kick trees and stuff.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry, Maribel.
we've got some good shots off on that spider there. And now that we have a time to regroup, we can cure our friends' wounds and then get at it.
I finish kicking trees and I take a deep breath. And I walk over to Albert and I take the arrow and I rip it out of my thigh like and I just hold on, I'm monologuing.
You don't know who it is. Just saying.
Yes, I do.
No, it could.
Because I already charged at you and I saw you holding a bow. No, I absolutely know it was you. And I'm looking dead in your face and I rip the arrow out of my thigh and I don't even flinch when I do it. And then I hold it up to you slowly like this and I go, I believe this belongs to you. Albert. And I hand it to you.
I take it and I'm like, thank you. I put it back into my quiver.
And I just keep staring at you. And then I walk away.
Is the arrow still usable, Neil?
No, it's totally broken.
Ah, shit.
I ask,
I'm gonna say, I'm sorry I shot you. This was involuntary. I was aiming at the spider. You know, as these things happen. Last time it was Bruno, this time it's me. Should probably stop shooting when you're.
I'm like totally not paying attention and I'm just muttering about like inexperienced warriors and collateral damage and whatever, war speak. And then I go over to Algren and I say, Cleric, can you bind my wound?
Unfortunately, not today. Last night I didn't get much sleep. I was keeping watch. Remember, so I didn't have time to learn any spells. Tomorrow. Do you think you can last till tomorrow?
Do you not have bandages?
I do not. I have silk rope. Could someone make bandages out of that?
Neil, is my wound bleeding? Like, does it need immediate attention?
You can patch it up as kind of decently. It's not going to kill you if you don't bandage it right now, but if you don't bandage it at some point, it might get infected.
I rip off like a piece of cloth from my tunic and try to bandage it myself. Should I roll for intelligence?
No, you don't need to make an intelligence check, but
Okay.
you're just note that your tunic is now, has bits of it ripped off.
Okay.
So what do you guys like to? What would you guys like to do? There is a wounded spider in this cave. It's been hit by a spear and an arrow, but it is a large venomous creature. And there's smoke rising from the other side of the mountain, and there's mermen down by your potential docks.
We have to meet with the mermen tomorrow. We cannot dally here any longer.
I agree. We should go back to the village, rest up, heal you up, meet with the merman again, try to see where we can build a dock, mostly. And I'm not sure I can have time to learn merman, but I feel like it might be useful if we could.
We
Very
can't
useful.
turn back now that we've come so far. Never fear, I shall lead the charge.
I don't think we should attack this big creature.
It's almost dead.
Not really.
We are 1 damage off lethal.
How do we know that?
My intuition.
Does Bruno actually know?
Bruno, do you actually know?
No.
He's just all talk.
I want to make
Not
a
gonna
roll.
buy into it this time.
I want to roll a willpower check to see whether I am too pouty to be persuaded, or whether because Bruno starts riling me up again, I'm like, yes, the beast must die.
So is a pass you are rallied to fight, or is a pass you are pouty?
If I pass the willpower, I do not go fight.
Okay. You fail the willpower miserably.
I'm like, you are right. The beast must die. We must fight again.
We might just die. This is useless.
Now I know you're wounded, so therefore let me take the charge. I pull out my dagger and I'm ready to go.
I nod and I follow him.
Should I shoot while you're taking the charge? You're smaller.
You can be right behind me, Albert. This time, then you won't miss.
I don't feel too comfortable being too close to this spider.
Do not worry, because I am in front of you, and I will not
Well,
let the spider pass.
I am out of spells, and I'd like to remind everyone that I'm not a very resistant type of person. I kind of get down pretty quickly. If you remember, I actually fell off the roof this one time, and it kind of put me down.
It's okay, Albert. I'm in the way. It will not make it past me.
Alright.
Very charismatic.
I will not hesitate to run. You
That's
guys-
fine, I understand. I'm sure even I could take down the wounded spider at this point. I take a moment to look back at the spider as I'm saying that, just to
You know
do a
that
sanity check. Did it look really wounded, or
You've never really seen a wounded spider, much less a wounded giant spider, but you did hit it with an arrow and hit it with a spear, and it's like 6 feet in diameter, including legs. So the body itself is maybe like a foot by a foot, or maybe like a foot and a half by 3/4 of a foot. You know, it's this weird oblong shape.
Was it limping at all when it walked off?
Maybe,
Did it
but
appear
it
in-
it was low to the ground and like scuttling, trying to took
It
a very
was
defensive
scared.
stance.
You know that there's no point in killing it today rather than tomorrow.
What if we angered it to the point where it comes out and attacks the townspeople?
It will attack the kobolds first.
there's only
We're very far off from there.
we have to get these supplies back to town. They're hurting
Do it
for it.
tomorrow. We don't even know what's in there. For all we know, it's this
Maribel
baby
gets bored
spider.
and sits on the ground while they're.
Mayor Donalda will make fun of us if we go back.
She doesn't know what's in the cave. She would.
She'll make more fun of us if we don't go back, though, because we die.
Ah,
Just saying.
I'd rather not die.
I would also rather not die.
I'm reluctant, but okay, fine. You speak wise words. Let's head back.
You
I know it's lame, but I really don't think we're in a good position right now.
know what else is lame? Dying.
That's why I always liked you, Lumberjack, Jess. I don't remember your name. Crap.
Okay.
Algren.
Algren.
You guys retreat and head back to town.
Yeah.
It is an uneventful journey back to town. You come back. You've been gone for about 4 hours total, so not too terribly long. You still have the rest of the day to rest up, do anything else that you might need doing. Although you do come back visibly wounded. Maribel is limping a little bit on her wounded leg, and Algrind has this big swollen spot on like the base of his neck where the spider venom snuck its way in, but didn't quite come to killing. It's this big painful lump that's kind of like oozing a little bit. That clearish yellowish fluid that kind of just leaks out.
Like pus.
Yeah. It's gross. And why don't we take our second break as you limp yourself back into town? See.
Sounds good.
Bye bye.